Councilmember Anita Bonds at large to present her 2013 Women's History Month Trailblazer Award.
What a great occasion, and how nice it is to see so many women and the few men that are here. We're always happy to have the men around, but we know who makes the world go round. And if you don't understand that, you just ask any new mother, and she will explain to you that the world goes around for women of this world. It is my pleasure to recognize two rather outstanding women. One I think you may know far better than the other, and I will recognize her first. Denise Rolark-Barnes. She is an institution into herself. Denise, as the publisher of the Washington Informer, is someone that we all aspire to have a conversation with and to be reported in glowing comments that say extraordinary things about all of us. She is a woman who loves this community, and she has proven it in so many ways. She's had a stellar career as the publisher of the Informer, a woman-owned newspaper founded in 1964. It basically serves the African-American community of Washington and adopts the African proverb that states, indeed, it does take an entire village to raise a child. It takes an entire village to speak for a community. Denise is a vicious reader, a vicious attacker of issues in the community, and she is especially fond of African American history. When the paper, The Informer, was founded 39 years ago by her father, Calvin Rolark, and of course I knew her father, and I had the privilege of knowing her mother as well, who was a former council member that would be here if it were possible, I'm sure. Upon the death of her father in 1994 is really when Denise took over the reins in earnest. In addition to being the publisher of the Informer, she is also the host of the Washington Informer News and Let's Talk, two public affairs programs that appear twice weekly on our own network, the DC TV channel 95 and 96. She also heads what is known as the Washington Informer Charities. Some things that you didn't know about Denise. Not only is she a great spokesperson for the community, we all are perhaps familiar with the Informer spelling bee. And that is where many of our young people really got their start, to be highlighted as scholars in our community. Denise currently serves as president of the AARP DC chapter. She is on numerous boards, including the United Black Fund, the Historical Society of DC, and she is a member of Leadership Greater Washington. Let's give Denise Bonds a round of applause. Unfortunately, she is not able to be here with us this evening, I don't think, or I do not. She was trying to get here, and so we wanted to have her here, but she's not able to be here with us. So can we have another round of applause for Denise, please? That I can't see well with the glare and my glasses. I do apologize, but I really do need my glasses, so I'll struggle along a little bit longer. Now, let me present to you in spite of the odds, has decided that life is very precious. Life in the District of Columbia is very precious, and I want to do it, and I want to keep on trucking along. And that person is, you know her as Gigi Ransom. Gigi, would you stand, please? Now, Gigi has lived in Washington for over 25 years. She considers herself having earned the right to be called a native Washingtonian. She has been through everything that all of us have experienced and some more. So she's very clear that she has her rightful home here in the District of Columbia. She went to the Board of Elections and found out that there was a vacancy for her single member district 6B10. This is about 20 years ago. And what she did, she decided to be an outspoken community representative. The rest is history. She was elected, and during her serving in Ward 6 as a strong advocate for the residents in her community, she was threatened by drug dealers who were frequently on the corner at 15th and East Capitol Street, Northeast. She, of course, did not condone their alleged illegal drug activity. She was able to work out an agreement with the dealers to stay off the corner until the hours of 8 a.m. and then again when school kids were leaving in the afternoon. Her goal was to really bring some senses to the community and to a very trying situation. And this was in the late 90s, am I correct, Gigi? Late 90s, this is going on? All right, okay. And I'm taking my time with this because she went on to have her car broken in, tires slashed, and really and truly, she and some other neighbors actually suffered several near-fatal situations. But she's here today with us. But that didn't stop her. She ultimately moved from that neighborhood, and guess what? She popped up in my neighborhood in Ward 5. And in Ward 5, she ran for ANC, and I had the pleasure of serving with her, 4 terms with her, and she was extraordinary. And the part of her life that I want to point out, aside from her being an excellent basketball player, and you can tell, I mean, she's not, 7 feet, which is the height you need to be to hit the basket marks today, but in her day, she was awesome, okay? In her day, she was awesome. But at the Ward 5 Commission, what she did, which was extraordinary for many of us, she carried around a very thick notebook of about 2 inches, and it had every ruling that the auditor had made about ANCs. So whenever we had confusion, we didn't have to learn. Gigi was going to pull out a paper and give us a solution to all of those situations. And because of that, I think that she's extraordinary, and she's someone that we need to recognize. The average working woman